All right, welcome everybody to episode 10 of the Den SI podcast. Laura Murphy's not here today, but I have my own co-host helping me out, so we'll see what happens today. But we had to get you this podcast today because we have a very special guest on the line. Allison Schlady from North Carolina is here. Allison, say hello to the people.
Hi, everybody.
All right, well, the reason Allison is here is because we have a very special topic to talk about for all of you Den SI participants that like to do as much as you can while at Summer Institute. Allison has put together a nice presentation for us tonight that's going to talk about how you want to do everything at Den SI, but you can't, but it is sure fun to try. So Allison, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to let you kind of get going, and I'll jump in with any questions I have as we go.
All right, I am going to share my screen. So you can't do it all, but it sure is fun to try. Brandon, can you still see that?
It just went away.
Okay. Yeah. All right, we'll go from here. You can see it?
Yep, looks good.
All right. So there's several things that we have to do when we're at the Summer Institute, and those are the outings. The outings are amazing. We've been to places since I've been going, like Old Faithful, and we went to Sustainable Farm when we were in Vermont, and then last year we went into downtown Nashville in the Country Music Hall of Fame, and then we had our picture taken at the Parthenon. So on the first full day, so Monday, we get to go, and we all get matching t-shirts, and the Den is awesome, and they provide that for us, and we get to go as a large group into whatever setting they've arranged, and we get to have our picture taken. So it's really cool because we look like a whole group of, I don't know, high school kids or elementary kids with all the matching shirts, but I love it. And then there's other outings that are also amazing, like we went to a baseball game one year. At the farm, we got to learn how to milk goats, and Brandon and I actually milked goats together, and I believe you took that picture, Brandon.
I believe I did. That is a great picture if I say so myself. I think I have a video of you milking a goat somewhere.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, that's one we want to keep forever.
Yeah.
Another thing that everybody has to do is the Den Mazing Race. The Den Mazing Race, you get to do different activities, and this is the team I got to participate with last year, and we actually came in second place. So we are coming back this year with a vengeance, and hoping that Dave, David, Pam, and I can maybe catch Tracy Blazowski and actually beat her this year. We'll see.
I hear she's coming hard for another title, so we'll have to, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a pretty good race, I hear.
It always is. They make you do different things. So it's not just about speed. It's about your ability to sing, as in this picture. There's always a geocaching activity. There's other, it's hard to describe. You just have to participate to understand it. The other thing that you can get up really early in the morning at 6 a.m. and meet downstairs, and we have a Den Fit Club. And on the final day, we have a Den Fit 5K, which is always fun and exciting. There will be prizes. Brandon, there you are. Mm-hmm. Brandon didn't really participate in the Den Fit Club. He just came out for the 5K, but we forgave him when we let him do that.
I came in fourth place in the men's division of the 5K that year.
Yes, you did. And there will be some really, I'm working on prizes for the Den Fit 5K. So we'll see what the trophies, medals, what those look like. So I'm working on that right now. Den Fit, there is a link that will be sent out soon. So if you aren't an early bird and you don't want to get up at 5:30 or whatever time, we usually meet about 6 o'clock. If you don't want to get up that early, you can also run after the sessions, or if you want to run at night, you can do that. There is a fitness area in the dorm, from what I saw in the pictures, which sounds really cool. Dana Johnston is planning on bringing some things to lead yoga. We're trying to get Sarah Badner to lead Zumba. So we just want to focus on on staying fit and trying to figure out, when you sit in sessions all day, you need to get up and move. So,
Yeah, it's great to have those extra things. The yoga and the possible Zumba. I know Chad Lehman is a big Zumba fan, so I'm sure he'll be out there.
oh, that'd be awesome. I didn't realize Chad was an expert. Maybe I could see if he could lead some sessions.
That'd be great.
Another exciting thing that we get to do is when we do go places, sometimes we get to interview the locals. And Brandon is like exceptional at finding the best local people to interview. This isn't my favorite, but my favorite is in the background. I don't know if you can see him, Brandon.
Yeah, I see him back there. This was kind of the first time you and I kind of hung out and met, and with the wonderful Kelly Hines, and the three of us just went around and met people, and it really was just a fun thing to do, and for our connection to kind of grow a little bit, and just to meet new people.
Yeah, and I think it's important that wherever we go for our outing, and I'm sure it'll be somewhere in DC because that's where we're going, it's important to understand the local folklore and beliefs and things that are really going on in the area. So I'm sure we could get some really good interviews this year. I don't know if they'll ever beat this one, but
yeah, maybe we could get some info about the Illuminati or something. Who knows?
Ooh, maybe. We'll have to do some research before we go there. The other great thing is you get to learn with people that you've never met before, but the greatest thing about the Summer Institute is they all become your friends. So Karen Ogan and Dave Chichesky, Marita Diffenbaugh is in the background. Liz and I enjoyed making music. We had a music session last year, and so I had some great lips that actually whistled. You get to hang out with famous people like Adam Bello, Steve Dembo, Porter Palmer. That's in your free time. Some other things that we do in our free time. So at night, when all the sessions are over and the last, after dinner, you get to go back to the dorm, and they always have activities going on downstairs. So if there's a lounge area, make sure that you go down and meet some people. We've done cool things like we do karaoke, but it's not really like karaoke where you have to stand up in front of people. You can actually just stay sitting and sing along. We've done Name That Tune. We have different games going on. So I know Steve enjoys, I don't even know what it is. I don't know if you know what it is, Brandon, but it's something like a space game where you get to kill people.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. All I know is that he likes it.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. So
Kill Space People game. I think that's the official name.
I guess if they do it this year, I'll really have to go find out what that really is because I don't know. So in the evening, instead of going to your room and saying, okay, I've had enough of all these people, take some time to go meet others and hang out in the lounge and have conversations, because the learning continues. And that's when I've learned some of the coolest things. People bring a lot of their tech tools and tech toys with them. So it's really interesting to sit around and see the new things that are out, how they're using it with students, what they're doing in their classrooms with it, how they're training teachers, and what kids are doing with it. And I think that's the most important part, because at the end of the day, we're all teachers and we all want to know more.
That's really key what you just said there. I think a lot of people see these tools out there like, oh, I wish I could use that. And then someone brings, like a drone or a sphero ball or something like that, or robotics kits to Dennis I, and that's a great time for some hands-on learning that you might not normally get.
Right, and like one of the things is a 3D printer, and I had some great conversations with Carrie Huttner last year. What do you actually do with that in your classroom? She teaches younger kids, can't remember, 4th grade, 5th grade area, and I've seen 3D printers in drafting classes and advanced classes, but what do you do with it in your classroom? So it's always interesting to find out, this is a really cool tool, but what's the educational value? And so not only being able to see it work, but to know how real teachers are really using it. The last night is always a celebration, and that's always fun for different reasons. Some of us like to dress up. This year's theme is history, so that's wide open. So I can't divulge my costume this year at the moment because I'm a little competitive.
Not
But
even a little hint?
it has to do with history.
All right, well, thanks for that hint. And, you know, as people might know, you have, in my opinion, one of the best costumes of all time right there, the working Kodak camera.
I know. I've almost thought that maybe I should bring it back because that is history.
In more ways than one.
Yes. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not so sure whether I want the camera to come back out. But it's a great time because you've spent this whole week meeting people and becoming friends. We're a little blurry there, Brandon, but
Clearly that was not taken by your amazing camera.
clearly my camera didn't take that. That was probably my cell phone. So it's just really neat to, you know, by the time Thursday night comes around, these aren't just people that you've met. They actually become friends and they become family. And so it's just our last night together. We get to hang out, have a good time. Discovery Ed always puts on a great evening just to let us relax and enjoy ourselves. So it'll be interesting this year. This past year, they created a Denovator Fair. So I believe Christy Vincent suggested that we should have a maker fair, but we call it our Denovator Fair. So last year we were making different things, and I brought some things to make. But I mean, there were people making chapstick. There were people making puppets. There were people making scarves. They were showing how to arm knit or arm knit, I guess. There was just all sorts of things going on. So it was really neat to spend one evening and just make crafts. And some of them are really cool things that you can do in your classroom.
What are you making there in that picture?
I was using snap rings to make a star. So if you, I don't know if you can see it or not, in the top of the paper, just to the, well, from this direction, it's to the left of the QR code, there's a little star made of snap rings.
Gotcha.
So you could put it on a necklace or a keychain or.
It doesn't have to be for the highly crafty individual, right?
It does not. It can be something really simple. So somebody was making hula hoops last year out of, I don't know, some type of pipe, some type of tubing, I don't know. So there's all sorts of things. And, you know, you don't have to bring a craft because we don't need everybody to bring a craft. You know, some people actually have to learn how to do the crafts. So this year, I think I'm not going to bring anything. I think I'm just going to learn because I didn't end up getting up from my seat last year. All right. So the other thing to remember is we do have Napchat. So with all these things going on, there comes a point when you do get absolutely exhausted. And so that Napchat might happen at the end of the day after the last session's over and you might fall asleep. It might happen during a session and one of your nice friends will actually take a photo of you and tweet it out because you've been up early in the morning, you've been up late at night, you've been going to sessions all day, and there just comes a point when you're absolutely exhausted and you have to take a nap.
Did you want to unveil the identity of the mystery picture taker there?
Oh, that was Dave Chichesky. He tweeted it for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah, wasn't that nice of him? He was sitting next to me. I apologize to Lionel Bergeron for falling asleep during his coding session, but it just hit the point where I was done.
It happens to all of us, I think.
It does happen to all of us. Just if it happens to you, realize somebody's going to take a picture of it.
There you go.
And then at the airport on the last day, getting ready to head home, there were a whole bunch of us that had our last meal, and we all decided it was time for a nap chat.
Looks totally natural, too.
So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm back.
All right. Well, that was a a great introduction for someone who maybe has not been to Summer Institute of what they can expect. What is your favorite thing out of all those, Allison?
They're all my favorite. That's why I get up at 5:30 every morning and don't go to bed till 11:30 or midnight. And
You sound like my kids. They're all my favorite. Pick one. Pick one.
pick one.
Around the house.
It doesn't happen here, my husband says. 9 o'clock, I'm usually in bed. It's past my bedtime now. Gosh, my favorite, that's hard. The Dead Amazing Race is pretty cool because I'm a little competitive. I always love the outing, and I love DC, so I'm really excited about where we might get to go this year. But
I
guess,
agree. I
I
agree.
guess the best part is just being with everybody, trying to spend time with people and learn from them and try to soak in as much as you can. So it's hard to pick just one thing.
And like you said, you can't do everything at Summer Institute, but it really is sure fun to try and get it all in. I can't guarantee you that I'll make it out for the last day of the Den Fit Club this year. But we'll see. It sure is fun to try, as you said.
That's right.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your evening. I know it's late there. So thank you so much for joining us. I think this is, one of the things I was really looking for with the podcast this year was to kind of introduce some of the things that actually happen at Summer Institute to the newer people. So this was perfect. I think you did a great job. Thank you, Dr. Allison Schlady, for joining us today.
Thank you, Brandon. I can't wait to meet everybody in just a couple weeks.
All right, and for all of your Den community, head over to dencommunity.com. Don't forget denblogs.com as well. And for everything DenSI, head over to densi2015.com. Allison, anything else from you before we head out tonight?
Nope, just get some sleep before you get there.
Get some sleep. That's a great piece of advice. All right, thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.